additional district secretary general of my district. And one of my friend, I invited him to join your group. He's already available. He's the president of one Rotary Club of Udola. He's
Okay.
Yasan Parida. He's already there. I just
Yes.
requested him to join your. He's the first webinar attending your meeting.
Thank
And
you
he's
very
not
much.
attended other countries. First webinar for you. This is my privilege. I'm inviting you. Please also welcome Mr. Yasan Parida, president of 3262, my home district. He's already available.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. President. We toast for you.
You're welcome. Welcome. Can Dr. Not there. Okay. Any other visiting guests that would like to introduce themselves?
And President, I have already given my number. Can you
Yes.
give your president and your contact number in the chat?
Yes.
I need to invite you.
Okay, I will do that.
Please, in the chat only give it. I just copy it.
Okay.
Chat box. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all that are visiting us. Hey, and nice to have you all. We have a very experienced speaker this evening, and I think we'll give him the time to speak, and then we can ask questions afterwards, and we continue the interaction after he has challenged us to continue giving towards the Rotary Foundation. Nakato, you can go ahead and introduce our guest speaker so that he can be able to have some time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my President. It's my honor to introduce our friend, Past District Governor. It's my honor to introduce our guest, Past District Governor Kenneth Mugisha. He's been a Rotarian for the last 25 years. There's an echo. He's been a Rotarian for the last 25 years at the Rotary Club of Myenga, served in different capacities in the club, including being a president. Beyond the club, served as an assistant governor, district treasurer, district youth service chair, district TRF chair, district strategic planning chair, chair fundraising Uganda Rotary Blood Bank, chair fundraising Uganda Rotary Home, chair fundraising DCA 2012, 2013, and 2015 to 2016. Trustee Uganda Rotary Council Program in charge of fundraising, patron Rotary Mission Green, director Rotary Vijanapur. He's attended numerous conventions. He's attended actually 22. He's attended 17 district conferences, spoken at 2 RI conventions, at 6 zone institutes, a businessman, and sits on several governing boards. He's recognized as the most outstanding Rotarian of the RSC of Myenga. He was recognized as the most outstanding Rotarian of the RSC of Myenga at the Silver Jubilee celebrations 25 years. He's the best district governor in the Zone Africa in 2017-2018, and D9211 was the best district. He was the best district then as a district governor. He was appointed in September as the chair for Africa, Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, and Reunion for the Environmental Sustainability and Rotarian Action Group. Appointed in September as the co-chair for the All African Zone Institute 2020, in charge chair fundraising for the $4 million water sanitation and hygiene USA Rotary International project. He's the acting chair, Rotarian Malaria Partners Uganda, chair fundraising DCA 2020 in Bara, chair fundraising DCA 2021 Munyonyo, patron Rotarian Dancing Fellowship. He's been appointed by the RI president in May to represent him at the DCA for D9110 Lagos and Ogun states, Nigeria, as his personal representative. Assistant Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator 2018 to 2021. Director ESRAG 2017-2020. Major donor level $35,000. Bequest Society member level $100,000. Please allow me to welcome PDG Kenneth Mugisha. Please go ahead, Kenneth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my sister, Lieutenant Margaret. First of all, for having followed me up, invited me, and gave me that comfort that KVV is alive and kicking. Though I haven't come to visit you at your new venue, but I'm looking forward. Yesterday, we received some good news about opening up and having more Rotarians in fellowship, which is good because it has had a very great impact to our organization. I'm so honored to join President PK. I'm so happy to see you online, but Opportunity President Peter, thank you so much for having invited me to speak during a month when we celebrate our foundation, which was started in 1917, initial giving of $26.5. Today we celebrate our Rotary Foundation because it has grown to 113 years. And today we celebrate your giving, your donations and gifts that we have over 1.1 billion. And we are looking forward in the next 5 years, growing our foundation giving to 2,025,000,000 under that grand campaign of 2025 by 2025. I'm here to share my story and how it started when I joined the Rotary Club of Miyenga in 1996, when I was just 26 years of age. I was invited by a friend, PDG Emmanuel Katongole, that same year when he joined, and he needed a friend to be with him in fellowship because he felt he wanted someone close to him when he was joining. And I truly accepted to join the Rotary Club, young as I was, where I found so many leaders, elders, and friends whose values were the same in making sure that how best can we come together using our club to extend humanitarian service to communities. Knowing that we needed more helping hands and giving hearts in our organization, it was an imperative on me to come to a club and learn and see how I can share whichever resources I had. And that same year, I became a Paul Harris Fellow on joining the Rotary Club of Miyenga. And today, through my CV, you've seen my journey. I've traveled in foundation giving, moving to a major donor, and supporting the Bequest Society. My story started on joining, and I believe mentorship was so key in making me understand our Rotary Foundation, that I needed to be with people who were so passionate about giving, and together we could have impact in our communities in the 6 areas of focus. Having seen so many communities challenged in search of water, having seen mothers and babies dying because of diseases, I was so energized on joining that the foundation meant a lot to me. Today, I've risen to a level of an assistant Rotary Regional Foundation coordinator for our zone in supporting district governors and districts in making sure that we participate in global grants, promote stewardship, but also grow our foundation because of that big goal in the next 5 years. Now, the generosity of the person who invited me in Rotary made me change and appreciate our help and assistance on how it can transform communities. But at the same time, I felt the inspiration of so many Rotarians I met, who every day I could see them dig deep down in their pockets to support the eradication of polio, and made me realize that the numbers were going down because of those like-minded men and women whose resources were always shared, not between their families, but even to people they'll never know and people they might never meet. Along the way, I saw the programs we're involved in as Rotarians, and I would mention the Heart Institute, that upon joining, I was told an interesting story of how our foundation was supporting surgeons coming from USA and all over the world to come and save so many lives of those young children whose lives and future was never defined until Rotarians came in, and our foundation, using our donations, gave back to our district by sending those senior surgeons to Mulago Hospital. At that time of joining, I was also told about the Mwana Mujimu having been in a country which was in conflict under the Luero Triangle. Our Rotary International President-elect, the late Sam Owori, together with other Rotarians, came on board to see how they could improve the nutrition of those children who are coming from more ravaged areas, but at the same time, those who had lost their parents by giving them hope through feeding and improving on their nutrition. I was so touched and I felt my support to the Rotary Foundation could never stop but always continue, that whenever I was privileged to achieve whatever business I do, my share was mainly going to support those in need all over the world. We serve our communities in the 6 areas of focus, either by taking water to communities, promoting peace, and I'm so glad that Makerere University, because of our district, the strength we have, the passion we carry every day, that we are the recipients of the 7th university in the world, promoting peace and conflict resolution, educating so many young boys and girls who come at Makerere University to study and graduate in peace and conflict resolution. So such things where we are going to be beneficiaries of such big programs from the Rotary Foundation. The second example is that we are the recipient of the 2nd grant in water and sanitation. Ghana, it was the first one, and our District 911, and more specifically Uganda, we have received that $4 million water, sanitation, and hygiene project, where 10 clubs are piloting this year. Because of our foundation, we are taking water to communities, and we are saving so many lives, empowering local economies by bringing together youth and women to bring them together under what we might call circles and giving them resources, but resources which can multiply and move or be given to other individuals or in that same communities. So that journey which has taken me that far has given me an appreciate the need why each and every one of us, our contributions are needed more than ever before. During this pandemic of COVID-19, we are looking at seeing so many challenges in our communities, and how best can we reach out at these communities? It is through the Rotary Foundation. When I was the president of the Rotary Club of Mienga, I knew that we needed more resources to participate in global grants, but also to promote the several programs, because we're implementing so many programs in those 6 areas of focus. So I had to be innovative to support the foundation, but to see how best we can bring even those non-Rotarians who were saying they were so busy and they couldn't join our club. That year, reaching out to friends who are non-Rotarians, I got 7 of them, each who contributed $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. At the same time, one of them contributed $10,000 to the Rotary Foundation, and others contributed 500, and these were non-Rotarians. So it gave me joy that we must be innovative in Rotary, in line with that vision of growing our foundation to 2,025,000,000. That we shouldn't just relax because the challenges in our communities are never ending, but increasing day by day. I was more energized when I could see the amount of resources coming from our foundation to support our local programs in Uganda. I was the chairman fundraising for the Rotary Blood Bank, which we built in Mengo Hospital. Our foundation, having completed the construction, gave us a grant of $250,000 to the Rotary Foundation. But I remember very well when we went to Zambia Hospital, when again our Rotary Foundation sent in experts to train our health workers at Zambia hospitals on the modern ways of treating cancer patients. And it gave me more joy when the equipment they came with was left behind to support our local nurses and health workers. Our Rotary Foundation, we're reminded, is our foundation, and it is imperative that each and every one of us must do a lot, because what we receive or what we benefit from to support our local communities is humongous. I'll just give you a very, very good examples on how our foundation is our foundation, which has done great, that even during this pandemic of COVID-19, our district has utilized more than ever before. Utilization has always been the biggest challenge to our district. When we give, we must receive. But our foundation is so generous that even when we give $500,000, we receive grants worth over $10 million. Our utilization should always continue because of the challenges we see every day. So my story is about the so many transformational things I've seen. The best examples I can share is when I was a district governor and I was appointed with the Rotary Club of Apache in extending water to communities in Apache district. Women were walking over 20 kilometers for the next water source. Their children were walking with them with those jerry cans to carry on their heads. Just imagine walking 20 kilometers to and 20 kilometers back, a total of 40 kilometers. I could see the joy when we took water to those communities and lessened their distance to 1 kilometer. When I saw the celebration, when those women were dancing, when they composed songs, when they came to give us hugs and their children, showed me how important our Rotary Foundation has gone that far. Secondly, I was a district governor in 2017-2018, and I appreciated our Rotary Foundation more when I visited the Rotary Club of Sami in the Kilimanjaro region. Kilimanjaro was one of the most green areas in Tanzania, but also in the region. But because of our destruction to the environment, the green is no more. The water bodies had started drying. People who had livestock, they were losing it because they couldn't have enough water. The children could not have very good hygiene at their schools, and even sanitation services were inadequate. The Rotary Club of Kampala Sami, working with international partners from USA, but using our Rotary Foundation, undertook a very enormous and ambitious project, taking water to over 15 villages. And I could see the joy when these children received that piped water in their schools. When the farmers, their cows got life because they had places where they could go and get water. It gave me joy that indeed our foundation is working and working for our communities. My story takes me to so many examples I've seen, including the friends we've met. People are coming and seeking for partnerships in our districts. And I've been at the forefront being a person who is so keen about our foundation in identifying international partners because we need to utilize the resources we have at our foundation. One of the greatest moments I'm proud of is the fight against polio. When we were growing up, we saw so many people who had suffered because of polio and they were crippled. They were challenged and they never had hope. They were looked upon as maybe people who could not do anything in their lives because of that polio. And in 1988, when Rotary started a very big campaign in the fight against polio, I've seen what our foundation has done. That even when we were challenged by Bill and Melinda Foundation in Atlanta to raise 50 million in 1 year, and they were matching it with 100. And in 3 years, we're going to collectively raise $450 million. Last Rotary, I could see that our foundation spent around $156 million to make sure that in our lifetime, we announce a polio-free world. Today, I'm so happy that the numbers are coming less and less, and the biggest challenge is coming from Pakistan and Afghanistan. And I'm looking forward to a day in our lifetime when we are going to say polio is no more. Africa, we have received our certification, which takes 3 years, where we haven't had a single case of polio in the last 3 years. Our foundation has saved so many lives in Africa and beyond. It is that which gives me more energy to work hard and even work more in making sure that we extend humanitarian services to communities around us. Our foundation has reached out to so many during this time of COVID-19. Our foundation, having been visionary, they felt it important to start a Rotary response fund. Having seen that there are so many challenges in our communities, coming from disasters, and Uganda, we've been a victim. And the Rotary Club of Kampala North has just done a project in Bududa in eastern Uganda, where because of landslides, which is a response to or an emergency, the Rotary Club of Kampala North was a beneficiary from our foundation giving to restore hope to those people in those communities by taking services closer to them. Now, as clubs, we must be more interested that each and every one of us, by supporting our foundation, we can save a life, we can give a smile, but we can even go a long way in bringing in more friends in Rotary, because they will appreciate the so many good things we do. Over the years, you have seen of the big programs we've been undertaking as a district, which have been transformational, that today we no longer have to struggle hard into recruitment and bringing in more giving hearts in our organization. If we continue doing that, you saw our achievement when out of this pandemic of COVID-19, our district, using resources from our foundation, matching them with our contributions from the local clubs, we managed to contribute over 800 million shillings in Uganda alone. We did the same in Tanzania, and our total contribution was over $300,000 towards the various COVID task forces between Tanzania and Uganda. So our foundation has done a lot in responding to local needs, but also to local disasters, and seeing challenges and taking action immediately. As people of action, the only way we can dig deep and look out at the challenges is to grow our foundation giving in the next 5 years. My journey, which is so interesting, has seen so many people suffer, and I can't see it lessening or coming down. For me, I believe by each and every one of us contributing whatever we can. When I look at the members of the Rotary Club of Kisugu Victoria View, I should remind you that a vaccine of polio today is less than $50. And even if you give $10, you will have saved over 20 children, young boys and girls, from being crippled. We shouldn't forget that polio was among the biggest killer diseases at that time. COVID-19 should be another example and lesson to show that Rotarians, being dependable, being people who are there in times of need, who take action immediately, who realized needs in our communities, and through partnerships and the friends we make. I'm so happy that my friend, longtime friend PK Achaya, has joined us today. I think you must have followed again on my website to see what is happening. He has been following me. We're on the same forum, and he's a person who carries a lot of passion. To me, passion is what has taken me that far to continue supporting our foundation programs, but also seeing our foundation grow. Every day I speak to more today than 2 clubs, at times 3, because I have to take this message to everyone. Now let's come out of our comfort zones. Those of you who have not gone to these communities, let's go there because the need is there. Today, when we talk about having a peace center in Uganda, we shouldn't forget that we need more peace than anyone else. That we'll never have peace when the 6 areas of focus and the 7th today and never attended to. And to me, I believe when we come together as Rotarians and using our foundation, we can do more to others. I'll just give you a few examples this Rotary year, that out of the achievements we had last year, when we were challenged to raise $400 million, we raised 408.6 during that pandemic of COVID-19. I believe with a challenge of raising $410 million and our district raising 650,000 out of that, we can do more under the new strategic plan, which says that together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. That message reminds me as a businessman that the only way we can grow our foundation giving is to start promoting innovation, which we have started in our district, promoting what we call the Rotary Business Connect, attending the Rotary Business Festival when the country opens up, where we must open opportunities to Rotarians, because when we empower Rotarians, they'll be empowering our foundation. They will have the resources to grow our foundation, given that challenge of moving from 1.1 to 2 billion 25 in the next 5 years. How do we match that giving which has taken 113 and bridge that gap in 5 years? The answers are in our faces. That how do we grow our foundation giving in so short a time? Innovation is what is going to take us there. That even under challenges like COVID-19, the communities look at us as dependable people at all times, and they believe we are the ones to take them to another level. Friends, as Ugandans and in District 9211, let's support each other starting in our clubs, knowing that we cannot grow a foundation when we don't have membership. Today, we have a challenge under COVID-19 where many of our colleagues either are not working because their businesses and professionals are at stake. The biggest examples and most hit has been the hospitality industry, the education, where teachers were cut off the list as far as payment of salaries concerned. They were laid off. But even hotels, and we have so many Rotarians who own hotels and schools, the hotels are non-functional that just today, they're just opened for a few and observing the SOPs. The challenge about our foundation is that each and every one of us, we must support each other in all ways, including growing us in our businesses. We must profile what we do as Rotarians as a way to make sure that we reach out to each other. When we're not empowered as Rotarians, then the communities will never be empowered and our foundation will never grow because we will not have the resources to do that. The question is, how prepared are we to start promoting each other even during this COVID-19 pandemic? Post-COVID should be a reflection that our foundation is still alive, that it is looking at us as people who are going to grow it, but also it's us who are going to adapt under the new normal to find ways of growing our foundation giving. Having seen so many challenges, I believe each and every one of you comes from a community, and it is these communities which are challenged and need our services. One of the themes which is so interesting, which I love so much, is mankind is our business. Mankind is stated in our new strategic plan. When we talk about communities in the strategic plan, when we talk about ourselves as Rotarians, when we talk about the globe, which brings us together, we must look at these challenges, and the only answer to these challenges is supporting our Rotary Foundation. I believe today, celebrating Rotary Foundation Month should be a true reflection that each and every one of us, whichever dollar counts. Coming from Uganda, we can say whichever shilling counts. When we give out whatever shilling to our foundation is so transformational and it can triple whatever we have given in extending humanitarian service through 6 areas of focus. And I'm so proud Masede Fred is online here. One of the people who worked so hard when we are starting Mission Green, that the environment today is the 7th area of focus, and our foundation come July 1st is going to start extending global grants to clubs and several districts all over the world so that we start responding as Rotarians towards the environmental challenges we are faced with, which, if not unattended to, can bring us and take us back to conflicts and many other things, including death and hunger. So I believe my experience, which I share to you today, and my journey as a person who is so fond to our Rotary Foundation, should be a true reflection that the challenges are never ending today, but by our contributions coming from whatever we give, we are going to do and change and give a smile to so many people in the world. I thank you, and I'm looking forward to many questions, but My answer is each and every one of you should be able to look at our 4 priorities, which are going to be in our work plan for the next 5 years, talking about impact, talking about our ability to adapt, and many others, so that together we can give a smile to the people of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PDG Ken. Don't know if there's anybody that has a question, can raise a hand. Those that have not written them in the chat room. So there's a comment from Nuru. She says Ken does not only give to the Rotary Foundation, he has given and continues to give at any fundraiser whenever he is called to do so. He's the best fundraiser simply because he not only asks others to give, but he participates in the giving. God bless you, Ken. That's from Nuru Nachitende.
Thank you, my sister.
Questions? Yeah. Nakato, you can take over the questions.
Thank you so much, PDG Ken. It's such a joy to listen to your passion. I wish you all had the same passion, and I'm sure we can all try and involve all our Rotarians to have the same passion as you. My concern is with this COVID, should we be concerned about the money that's now going into Rotary Foundation? Would you expect a dwindle of the funds that are going into the Rotary Foundation, or should we look at innovative ways of seeing how we should keep the money rolling into the foundation?
Thank you very much, Margaret. True, when you look at the figures of our foundation giving vis-a-vis our membership today, it has dwindled to its lowest ever, I believe. Our foundation giving today is $105,000. And we're just a month away, having done our first half in our Rotary year. So it is one of our biggest challenges that we still have a deficit of over $540,000 as a commitment we made and what the presidents made when they were starting their year of service, where they committed to our district governor that their giving was going to be from their clubs $650,000. How do we move from there? I have been speaking to several clubs all these weeks about the foundation. And through my message, I've seen so many Rotarians come out online and committing their support to a Rotary Foundation. Many have committed to up their giving to become major donors. Because today we have never had 0 major donors by this time. We have 0 major donors. Where are they? Friends, it is time to get out of our comfort zone and to reach out to those who are empowered financially today and tell them our story about the so many programs we have achieved in our district and in our countries coming from our Rotary Foundation, and to request, using the power of asking, for them to start giving and supporting our Rotary Foundation programs, which are so transformational to communities. Rotary Club of KVV, I'm looking forward to see that innovation which is going to come from you to support your president, because during his year, he set up his own goals, and one of them was towards foundation giving. How are you going to come together to see how best you can raise the funds? Giving you examples of when I raised resources from non-Rotarians when I was a president, we can do the same today. Let's look at those non-Rotarians who say they are busy, but they are empowered in communities as businessmen and leaders in their professions to give and support the foundation, but you must recognize them in your clubs. Recognition can propel someone to do more even the next time. If we don't thank the people who donate to our foundation, it is one of the reasons why they will never give again.
Thank you very much. Do we have any? Oh, Harriet, go ahead. Harriet, you have your hand raised. AG Harriet.
My hand is raised. Thank you. Thank you very much, PDG Ken, for that talk. Actually, I joined a bit late. I was just coming in from the Rotary Club of Woblenz to still talk about the Rotary Foundation. And on Thursday, I was at the Rotary Club of Chigo, still talking about the Rotary Foundation. And listening in to the members, especially the Q&A, there is something that is coming out that I think we as district leaders, even as we focus on talking about the Rotary Foundation, should actually kind of comment about and create clarity. And I would also want to hear your own personal view, because I gave them my personal view. And this is where, because of the constrained situations, some clubs have taken on an approach whereby they've asked members on top of their dues to pay a particular amount of money towards either Polio Plus or the other options of giving. And members are feeling that is not right. And because now, you know, innovating, some clubs are innovating that way to bridge that gap. So, Ken, I would request that you comment about that. I would really love to hear from your own perspective in line with that, even as we continue going out there to talk about the Rotary Foundation and motivating Rotarians to give. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AG Harriet. I come from the Rotary Club of Mienga, and we had a retreat, and I'm so happy that Rotary Nuri is online. And we agreed collectively, it was before COVID, that Mienga, we should have 100% participation in foundation giving. And we tagged it that in memory of the initial giving to which started our Rotary Foundation in 1917, which was 26.5, that we can maintain the same. What happened in 1917 to happen today? When you compare 26.5, which was given then, to today, it might be even beyond $500. But we agreed that we contribute a minimum of $30 every Rotarian, which was embedded in our due. And it was unanimously accepted. Rotarians are leaders either in their businesses and professions. And when you look at $30 as a minimum contribution a year, if we take ourselves seriously that we are a humanitarian service organization, and those contributions go to our foundation to serve humanity by taking water to communities, and empowering economies, promoting peace, our contribution is necessary and required. But even with those goals of growing our foundation in the next 5 years to 2,025 by 2025, it's upon us. Work so hard, be innovative in raising funds to support our foundation. If the challenges in our communities were going down, we could say let's relax our giving. Harriet, whichever giving can touch a life. If you contribute $100, buy a sewing machine in a rural setting, and it will empower that woman you have given to. Her children's lives will never be the same again. You can be able to take her children to school using that 100 donation for the sewing machine. If we don't give, we have conflict in our community. I believe many of us have got challenges. The Rotarians, we are known to be dependable people. And Harriet, I'll give you just one example on how our foundation committed us that we are going to raise $400 million last Rotary year. But Rotarians during that pandemic of COVID-19 raised 408.6. That in times when people felt that our foundation was going to go down, it rose high and surpassed its targets. We surpassed those targets because of you and me. We continuously give to our foundation. President, I'm done.
Thank you very much. There being no questions in the chat room, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any questions in the chat room, and nobody's raised their hands. Does anybody else want to contribute something? Does somebody wants to say something about the giving to the Rotary Foundation? Might not be a question, might be just a contribution, an addition, an innovative way in which we can raise funds or towards the foundation.
Please go ahead.
President, special greetings to PDG so I can see him online.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, you're being missed.
PDG Ken.
Yes, Margaret.
We also have PDG Stephen Mwanje here to
Oh,
make
I
a
haven't seen him anywhere. Where's my brother?
He's on site, he's present here.
Oh, greetings, PDG Stephen.
Thank you very much, Governor Ken, for that very good presentation.
Thank you so much, my brother.
I was just thinking here that, sorry, I missed some of the presentation, I walked in late.
Oh, yeah.
That among other things, in terms of innovation to support the foundation, you can think about fundraising activities and get those funds to the foundation. KVV is a very, very creative club, and you can find many ways of fundraising money, not necessarily raising money from individual Rotarians, but getting money from the communities. That can be done as well. Thank you.
True, Governor Stephen, and that's what I shared with my brothers and sisters here.
Thank you very much. And would like to recognize the clubs that have been with us. Here there is. Yeah. The clubs that have joined us this evening, we'd like to recognize them.
Rotary Club of Namasuba, Rotary Club of Odisha 3262 District, India, Rotary Club of Kampala Munyonyo, Rotary Club of Muyenga, Rotary Club of Blindo, represented by a guest, Rotary Club of Gulu, Rotary Club of Mukumba, Rotary Club of Chira, Rotary Club of 10 Reals, Rotary Club of Tema Meridian, Rotary Club of Kampala South, Kampala Sunrise, sorry, Rotary Club of Accra, Kanda, Ghana, Rotary Club of UCU Mukono, Rotaract Club of UCU Mukono, Rotary Club of Kampala North, and we have some guests, Tony. Yeah, you're all welcome. Thank you for joining us.
I'll just also add on some guests from Ghana, Nigeria, India, Asia. There was Vijay, Achara. I didn't pick up the rest from Ghana. I think they didn't register, but I know they're there. Henrietta, you're almost welcome. Thank you so much.
Dennis, are you there for Happy Dollar?
Yes, President, I'm here.
Dollar.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Very well. Thank you, President. We have a Happy Dollar moment. It helps us in our community service projects. I will give 5 Happy Dollars to PDG Ken and 5 Happy Dollars to see Peter back online. Thank you. Anyone else? can you hear me, President?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
What a connection. Can you hear me, President?
Yes, we can hear you, Dennis. I'll give 4 happy dollars.
Okay, I give 10 happy dollars.
Sorry? Thank you. I'll give 4 happy dollars for our guests from India, for PDG Ken, and our President of Presidents joining us this evening.
Hello, Mr.
Also, please,
President.
Hi, James.
Hello, Mr. President. James here is going to give 5 happy dollars for the nice presentation tonight about the Rotary Foundation. It's quite some good information, very good information, actually. Thank you to the Ken Mugisha. 5 happy dollars for that.
Thank you, James.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. The vote of thanks is going to be done by
James.
Jackie Batanda. I think, are we through the happy dollar?
Yeah, I think there's some happy dollars in the chat room. Thank you very much, PDG Ken. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you very much. The number for the happy dollar has been shared in the chat room. Please go ahead and send it to our treasurer, Dorothy Mwanje. Jackie, you can go ahead and give the vote of thanks to our PDG.
Thank you, my president. PDG Ken.
Muted. Just muted by mistake.
Please don't mute me again. Yeah, so PDG Ken, thank you so much for honoring our invitation to come and talk to us about the importance of the Rotary Foundation and, you know, to illustrate to us why it is important that, you know, it is just not only about us, but it is more about helping the communities in which we live in and we serve. Some of the key takeaways and which are a reminder for all of us here, especially those clubs that have new inductees in the club, is the importance of mentorship. Because many times we go to talks and people say, like, join clubs, and they'll push you about the Rotary Foundation, but people are not really mentored to understand why it is important. So that is a key takeaway. And then also about looking at innovative ways of raising money, because, you know, we do not have to always dig deep in our pockets. We can reach out to people that are not part of Rotary to invite them to give. And so the examples that you gave, you know, it's like help us it's open up our minds to that opportunity. And then also just, you know, letting us know that in your journey, as you have been involved, you know, it's at the different levels of Rotary, you know, you have been able to forge new friendships and to network. And I guess this is one of the reasons as you're one of the best fundraisers that the district has had when it comes to the foundation. So it is also a learning for us. And then also to point out that we need to step out of our comfort zone and look at international partners that we can bring on board, right? You know, so that even if our basket is full, there are other people that can help and that can come in and help to pitch and help us do the work that we do. And the last takeaway is your emphasis on us being like rallying around each other as Rotarians in this trying time and being able to empower ourselves, because once we are financially empowered, then it makes us easier to give to the foundation, you know, to empower the different communities that we serve. It's been a very lovely evening, and I'm sure all the Rotarians on call right now will agree with me that it has been a very insightful talk, and we thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie. Yes, we're doing. Joel, you'll give us the final toast for the evening.
Thank you, Rotary. Thank you, President. Thank you so much, Rotary and Jackie, for that exclusive vote of thanks. If we may all touch the most important parts on our bodies. For wonderful fellowship, I propose Rotary International.
Rotary the world over. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you for being with us. You can put on your videos, you can say hi to each other, and feel free and have chimenza.
I wanted to put on my video, but I don't see any ladies.
The world over.
You don't see any. Oh, what?
Tusu.
I'm seeing only men.
Tusu, this is Gerald from Gulu, and I'm with some people who do not have lipsticks usually when they're on call.
Good to see you. Tell them, please. They were hiding from me the other time.
So be very careful.
Only that the lighting is poor. I don't know if the lipsticks.
I know that's the part. That's part. I'll wait. My turn will come.
Oh, cheers, cheers.
I am saved by the light that is not clear.
Are you okay?
So whether I have or I don't have, you will not be able to see.
We have seen.
That was good.
I can see.
Gulu is fine. Gulu is fine. We had to congregate to attend the fellowship.
You know, COVID has brought problems. Tusu is drinking water. Once upon a time, we had a glass like this.
Go to the foundation. Steven, it's not what Anguli.
Being Ugandan by Ugandan.
I'm
practicing the boo-boo.
Sorry?
Tusu is practicing the boo-boo. New Uganda.
By Uganda.
He's actually doing the voodoo. New Uganda, drink Uganda.
Kem, who are you holding so closely, Kem?
This isn't it Robert Kavuma holding?
That's in Kem.
That's in Kem.
Cheers, governors.
That is in Kem.
You can see Kenneth is drinking.
Coffee. I am drinking coffee, my governor. I'm drinking coffee from Elgon.
Soon.
This time, Kenneth, are you sure there's nothing inside that coffee? I don't trust you.
And Kenneth, you cannot see darkness.
Due to the acute absence of ladies, I'm leaving. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes.
So much for laughing to.
It is coffee.
What's the coffee doing?
Yes, governor, I'm the one drinking coffee.
Yes.
For a change.
Are you sure there's no bottle nearby?
There I'm not sure, but this is coffee.
That could be a black label, Variji. I know you with black label.
Okay, double black.
PAG Achari, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I'm just enjoying your fellowship. You're taking coffee or something. Now it's already at 10:30 now in my time, Indian time. I think it's now 10:30, 11.
So it's
I think Kenneth is already there, already left. Your PDG already there, sir? Check it.
I'm not too sure.
PDG Ken is here.
Which one?
Actually, he is my good friend.
No, I think he has left. PDG Ken has left.
He was there because Mr. President, I just added you in my group. One group I just added you before 5 minutes only, the number.
Yes, I've
The
seen
group
seen
name
that.
is Rotary webinar.
I've seen the
You
message.
just can take it.
Thank you.
I just added you, and that group you will find the entire international program will be available there.
Okay.
You can attend any meeting as per your choice,
Okay.
except your this
I've
that
seen that, and
Tuesday.
I'll join that.
That you can take it. Your
Just one.
so
Vijay, nice
now,
to see you.
now you're drinking coffee or something.
Sorry?
Now you're taking coffee or some drinks.
My drink is yet
I
to
think
come.
grape juice. I think grape juice. Okay.
But my dinner is here.
Yeah. I think First Lady is here. First Lady of your club. I think
No, she's
with
not
you.
here. No. No.
You are not in home. I think you are in meeting hall.
Yes, I'm in the meeting hall. I'm not at home.
So this is the COVID made an opportunity for us to meet you. Due to COVID, no, we could meet the virtual platform like entire world people.
Yes, but
that
now
is the positive point for me at least.
because of COVID,
That is because that
across the borders.
We could meet.
Thank you for
President Peter, you.
Hello, Vijay sir.
Got that
Namaste.
YouTube link.
Yes, Vijay.
Namaste.
Vijay sir.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Happy
President, you
Diwali,
got
sir.
the YouTube link. Thank you. Same to you. Peter, you got the YouTube link I sent you last week.
Yes.
I believe you got that YouTube link of our last week's meeting.
Yes, we did. Thank you very much. Thank you. We got that and I shared it.
Yeah, because I have edited it and put it to the point. I edited from the beginning and the end, so that I have removed the extra portion.